Gentlemen, welcome back. This is Reviving Real News. Good afternoon, everybody. Hope all of you men are doing well. Hope you enjoyed your weekends, your sons or daughters if you have them. If not, hopefully you enjoyed yourself and your time. There's nothing like having time, space, and quietness to yourself. There's nothing like it at all. But I do hope you gentlemen are well. Especially if you live in America, all things considered. And to the rest of the world, yeah, I'm sorry that we are spreading poison your way. Yes, men, I do hope you guys enjoyed yourselves and had a good weekend. Before I even continue to do anything or get into what I'm going to get into, I'm going to put a disclaimer out right now before anything in the future comes, whatever, or people start this stuff. I'm never, ever, 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 ever going to put my kids in anything or on anything. And I don't care that they're adults legally. I don't care. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I will never do that. I will never. So I just want to nip that in the bud right now, so I can stop whatever behind the scenes comments or whatever. I'll never do that. So let's just nip that in the bud right now. Not gonna happen. Never will. Not at all. No way, shape, form. I will never share whatever pictures of them from their youth, their teenage years, or none of that on my channel ever. That's a lost form. You see, a lot of you men, I'm fully aware, have been raised by bad parents or single mothers. You see, there's a certain thing called privacy. You know, there's a, how do I put it this way? You have dignity or class, or you have, I don't know, want to say being reserved, but you just, look, I'm not a woman. I'm not a woman. Kids aren't meant to be an accessory. And I'm not going to do that with my kids in any way, shape, or form. And I'm not trying to, whatever towards anybody who does. I understand everybody's completely different. I get all that. That's fine. That I'm me. I'm me. This is my space. And I'm not doing it. I'm not weaponizing, and I'm not vicariously shit with my sons. I'm an adult. I'm a man. They're still young. They're still whatever. I'm not doing it. No, absolutely not. So let's just nip that in the bud. It's not going to happen. It does not need to be a conversation. Kids are kids. They need to be left alone. Like, that's something that's been forgotten in the last 30 or 40 years. You see, you kind of protected your kids. You know, kids were precious. You know, youth was precious. Innocence was precious. And I am never going to contribute to any of that. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to taint their childhood, their teenage years, and I'm not going to screw up the first 4 years of their adulthood that are the most crucial. From actually 5, we'll say from 6, we'll say from 17 to 23. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I just want to get that out in the open. I don't want no more anything said to me about it at all, because I'm not doing it. It's not going to happen in any way, shape, or form. I choose to do that in private, in my personal life. That's my choice. But it's not happening socially, publicly, none of that. No. No. I am not in any way, shape, or form doing that to my children. And I don't care if they're 18 or older. I'm not doing that. I firmly believe in how I was brought up and what was instilled. Children are to be protected. They're not to be portrayed around like an adamant object or an accessory a woman would wear on her arm or her purse or whatever the fuck you want to compare it to. I don't do that. So, yeah, rant, tangent, whatever, over. I just want all the behind the scenes shit to stop because I'm not doing it. Not doing it? No. So that's that in a nutshell. I don't want to have to address this or talk about this anymore ever again. That's just quite simple. And all parents should be like that. All parents. Especially the men. Because the fucking women are nasty and they've done changed in the last 40 or 50 years. Let's just want that out in the open, and that's going to be that. And it ain't, I don't want any more questions about it. That's all only reason I'm saying this. I just don't want no more inquiries about it. It's not going to happen. Why the hell would you want to see another man's kid? Point blank, why the fuck do you want to see my fucking kid? It's not happening. It's not happening. Now, before I really unleash the fury of... let me change the topic here. Again, the answer is no before you ever type it and send it to me. I don't want to hear this shit again. It's that simple. Jiminy Christmas. Yeah, I don't like that. I'm not cool with that stuff. I'm not cool with that. And again, I choose to do something in my private life, off the grid. That's my choice. And I have every right to do so in my personal life. But it doesn't matter what I have. It doesn't matter what I think or believe. That's my stuff. So, no more. Drop it, let it go. It's not happening. What the fuck, man? How the fuck would another man want to see my fucking kids? Now, with that being said, gentlemen, I've got my composure. I'm good. I'm good. There's several different things that I've been bouncing off lately. But I did enjoy my whatever from not doing stuff. I guess to be honest, I didn't have no reason really. Ain't nothing that's not been going on happened. I think the other day burnt me bad. And I think I did walk into a bad situation, if you guys can catch my drift without me saying whatever on here. I don't want to put all the little nitty-gritty details, but I'm trying to tell you without getting too detailed. I think I did literally walk in to a very insert random whatever word you guys want to situation, and I think it might have got me for a 48-hour, 30-hour period. I didn't get sick. None of that shit. But I did not feel like in my body. I felt really lethargic. Lethargic's a good word. I think you guys can tell by my talking and my voice. There ain't nothing wrong. I don't know. Maybe the air in them fucking places were bad, or maybe the things I just think something got to me. And the other thing too, men, like I told you, it was in the 70s or the mid 70s here, and in a matter of hours, literally I went to sleep and it was 61, 62, and I remember waking up at 5 or 6, and it had gotten into the lower 40s, upper 30s, and by the time sunrise, it was sleeting. And when I went to go do what I had to do, it was full on snow. That might have played a part too. But anyways, excuse me. I ain't got nothing wrong going on. I ain't sick, none of that shit. I just think I got burned by what I had to do the other day. But yeah. But there's several things that I've been pondering lately, to be honest with you. And I know one of them, it crept into my thought process because of my personal crap that I have to deal with. And I don't mean my one thing. I'm talking about my family. I've been very transparent, honest with every single person who hears my voice. Up until my birthday, my fucking 40th birthday, I had no interaction, no anything with my family. I did not know who was dead or alive. I did not know who was living anywhere. I knew nothing. I knew nobody's phone numbers, emails. I didn't know shit. Like, I didn't even realize that the one part of the ether that I was forced to use years ago was even active or still had a means to connect to me with, which is how my family was even able to get to me. And the only reason that even worked is because somehow my fucking email was still attached to it. If I wouldn't have been looking at my email because of housing and because I had property viewings that week, I would have never known anything about my family or what was. I wouldn't have known anything. I wouldn't know shit. But there's a lot of stuff that kind of put in my mind and certain things that got opened up. Because let's be honest, man. You don't really ever hear anybody talk about men and what they deal with their families. No, I don't mean the kids and the fucking ex. The one who stole and castrated and took the kids from you. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about your mom, your dad, your siblings, your aunts, your uncles. So, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna jump into that one today. I think I know what I'm gonna do today. And I don't ever say this or anything. But if you guys want, you can tell me how you would want me to do the family one. Like, how would you want me to do it first? You know, like your siblings or your mom or dad, or you know what I'm saying? You can leave whatever if you want to leave something. But I know that I need to break it down into parts. That's why I'm asking. It can't be done in one or two videos. At least the way that I want to do it. It can't be done that quick. And it is a very multifaceted topic because I'm very well versed in certain parts of it. And I feel like one of the most understated traumas a man goes through is their family. And one of the most unspoken aspects of that is the siblings. You hear a lot about the dads and the moms, but I don't think a lot of men even want to admit the destruction the siblings do. Especially if you got a fucking feminist piece of shit sister. Fuck. Fuck. Yeah, try being... Oh, God. Yeah, guys, I do not get along with my sister at all. You guys are going to shit when I get into some of that stuff. Yeah, guys, I did not have good family. I did not. I'll give you one little snippet about my sister. Any of you gentlemen familiar with a septic system or a leach bed? Mostly it's done in, like, you know, rural areas or on the outskirts of towns when you buy a lot or a property. It's how you get your septic system. It looks like a whole maze. It's a whole bunch of trenches and stuff dug so they can put down the septic tank and then put the leach beds, the leach lines, how the stuff drains out into the end of your lawn or out into the field. Anyways, I digress. God bless America. I'm about to tell you guys this, at least a little bit of it. Long story short, we were playing it. It was in the very end of my mom and dad's property. They had an issue with their leach system and septic tank. It wasn't really the septic tank, but it was the leach bed at the very end of the front part of his property, going into the field that he leased to the farmer. And it was impossible to do any kind of landscaping or yard work because it was like a bog, a swamp. Like the Husqvarna would just bottom out and it gets stuck. And I don't even want to get into that shit, but yeah, that was a nightmare as a kid growing up. Anyways, he had to have it redone and had to have pea gravel and other stuff put in to help with the drainage, you know, drain tiles, stuff like that. Like, I can do a whole video on that stuff because I did it for a living. But anyways, we're playing in it, and I was actually in the trenches. And this motherfucking Princess Snowflake bitch picks up the biggest fucking boulder she can pick up with her frail body and smashes my fucking head in. Smashes the back of my skull in. I wake up, out of the unconscious stupor, put my hands on my head, and all I see is the darkest fucking red and feel the most warmest thing I've ever felt in my life. I somehow managed to get out of the fucking trench. I couldn't even make it to the door. I remember getting to the screen of my dad's bedroom window and started to make some kind of whatever. And yeah, you guys can imagine the chaos that ensued after that. Yeah, I had to go to the hospital. So I know all about shit families and shit siblings. Trust me. I'll never forget that. She crushed my fucking head in. But anyways, no. I know what I'm gonna do. Let's revive some real news, man. So you have sons. How are your sons supposed to date today? How are your sons supposed to interact in society? Very simple. They can't. You can't. As a man, how are you going to tell your son to navigate and fornicate? You can't. You can't. It's inevitable they're going to do it, but there's no way you can navigate it. And let's just get all this out of the open and get it out of the way. Everyone's entitled to their whatever opinions, but let's be real here, man. There's a lot of deception, conniving, manipulation, and transforming going on. And I don't think a lot of men understand how deep the deception, conniving, and transforming really fucking goes. You see my point on this? You can't educate or navigate this with your sons. You can't. But without getting into the transformer deception bullshit, first and foremost, this isn't even like it was when myself or you guys were teenagers. These young men have no fucking clue how to talk or even deal with girls. Why? Because of stupid digital technology. They don't even know how to develop and learn communication and social skills like we fucking did. Case in point, I can't look at my boys and say whatever because I had to fucking man up and go do it. Like I had to sweat through my fucking shirt, my nuts tucked into my stomach, and walk right up with my phone number or with the letter and hand it to her or put it in her locker. Or by the love of God, take a chance at recess in front of everybody and go do it like a man. Today, if you remotely even thought about that, your son's going to be in trouble legally for harassment, being a creep, unwanted attention, who knows? And I don't even want to get into the phone stuff. I don't want to get into the phone stuff, the social media shit. Look, I don't believe any of them should have the phones. For the simple fact of, this isn't 1970 or 1980. You've got 30 and 40-year-old women, 30 and 40-year-old women, let's try again, reviving, 30 and 40-year-old women who are seriously trying to suck and fuck your 13 and 14-year-old boy, your son. There's no way, shape, or form you're ever going to know what's really going on these devices with your son. And your daughter. I know some of you got daughters. But I don't. I can't relate to any of that stuff. I don't know how any of it goes. But you really don't know what's going on with these devices, okay? You don't know. Not to mention, most of them probably know a little bit more than you do on how to hide things, manipulate it, incognito it. They probably know how to access developer options in the settings in the operating system, which is a whole other slew of things. They probably do know how to root the phones if they have access to computers or laptops. So you see my point to this? It's damn near impossible. And you can't never expect your son to be transparent with the device about what's going on in the communication. And you men need to be aware that these companies are making it harder to be a parent. You used to be able to have full autonomous control over everything. You could call the Verizon or AT&T or Tim fucking Buck 2 and request the call history and every single text message received and sent. The laws are changing. The laws are changing. I don't even know where to begin to say. Because my first and biggest fear is the absolute mental destruction one stupid fucking whore can do. Especially because we don't have so much control and input in our sons' lives. And you can't be there for the rejection. This is a very serious topic here, man. I don't think a lot of people understand how serious this is. It's very dangerous. Do you men understand how many young ones are going away because of this kind of shit? Thank you, you fucking single mothers. Thank you. You are fucking destroying our sons because you won't even fucking let us talk to them about women and the fucking dangers of women. Because it upsets your fucking apple cart and your fucking whore mentality. Yeah, I can speak on this, man. I have more sons than most people do. I don't want to argue that stuff. You can't say shit to them. You can't say anything because the fucking mother is always going to run her fucking mouth or turn around and try to go get some sick beta to want to fight you. It's an all-out fucking war. I mean, seriously. You're not even allowed to God, I fucking hate you fucking women. I hate you. I fucking hate you. Never in our existence as a human species has a man never been allowed to teach and educate his son about biology and fucking women and creating life. Never have we been so far gone and removed. Oh! You want to argue with me on this and you want to dispute the absolute fucking damage this is doing? And how many young ones go the wayside and disappear because of this? You guys are in for a rude awakening when your sons get to that point in their physical, biological existence and the nuts drop, the hair starts, the voice changes, the Fu Manchu on the upper lip and all that starts coming in. I'm telling you, unless you have some secret or whatever agreement with the courts and that woman, you ain't gonna be allowed to say or do shit. It's an absolute atrocity and it's inhumane. Why do the fucking women get to teach them about their body and then about how to date or fornicate with women? The most asinine thing I can think of is a fucking whore single mother solely responsible for educating and safeguarding the boy when it comes to fornicating, interacting with, and all of that with the girls. Because first and foremost, the stupid woman is going to be thinking about herself and her fucking needs and all of that gynocentric bullshit. It's not how it works, you stupid succubus and Jezebels. It's not how any of this works. For example, you stupid fucking women, you know the very first time for a man to... Look, you idiots. The first time you let your son go out publicly when there's females going to be there, You don't even understand what goes on with the boy. Well, we do. Because we were teenage boys at one point. You stupid fucking Jezebels and succubus. You have no idea the experience, the nauseating, the tension, the anxiety, the tension in your muscles, the sweaty palms, your teeth grinding and everything, your lips drier than the fucking Sahara Desert. I'm shaking. I'm shaking right now because I'm so fucking mad at this. Do you realize we're not even allowed to talk to them about nocturnal emission? So if you can't talk about normal things before you get to the social part or the fornication, oh my God, I hate you women. This is why teenage boys are absolutely devastated and ashamed of themselves. This is why they think what they were born and blessed with isn't good enough. No, that's not what it is, because you don't know how to properly use what you got. I don't know how you teach. I don't know how we talk to our sons about this. I don't know how we talk to them, how you navigate any of this. It is such a slippery legal slope that I'm telling you how fucking angry I am doing this right now. To each and every fucking single mother on this entire realm, fornication and intercourse ain't for your pleasure. Get over yourself. If I have to hear another teenage boy tell me how terrified they are of these kind of actions because of what the fuck you've said to them and what you've instilled to them, fuck you, stupid motherfuckers. We're not allowed to talk to them about how the women's bodies change. We're not allowed to talk to them on how you approach them and how you use certain language and phrases and things, and how you have to be aware that a woman goes through things. You see, we're not allowed to educate and teach them so they can safely approach and do stuff. No, we're not allowed. No. You see, you're not allowed to educate your sons on how to protect their tool. You're not even allowed to show them how to fucking get the thing out of the wrapper. You're not allowed any of these things. You're not allowed to discuss with them the build up to it. You're not allowed to discuss with them the pros and cons of things. You're not allowed to discuss with them if they should or shouldn't go through with it. You can't do shit. And to those who think I'm lying, when you go and do it without the motherfucking knowing, and your son has a fraudulent slip, an accidental slip up, you're fucked. You're fucked. You hear what I'm saying to you? You can't do anything. You can't. You can't talk to them and teach them that every 20-some days they're going to go berserk and bleed and turn into fucking complete demons. Like they will literally wake up wanting to jump your bones, and by 7:45, they're picking up a butcher knife, not only to castrate you, but to slit your throat. You see, you can't warn your sons about any of the normal dangers without getting into the only whores and the social media. We can't even talk about normal biology with our sons. You can't even educate them on, hey, these are the times not to ask for a date, or these are not the times to go asking for the number or write her a fucking letter at lunch. And I know I'm old and I'm outdated when I say this, so no, we can't even talk to them or show them when it's okay to FaceTime them or send them a message or, oh, God bless, I don't use, Snapchat. We can't have these conversations with our sons. We can't do this. You can't even talk to your boy about what signals are. You can't talk to them about how when that 15 or 17-year-old in your class starts dressing a type of way, changes her hair or whatever. You can't do this. You can't educate them on what to pick up on or what not to pick up on. You can't. No way, shape, or form can you. Sorry, gentlemen. I was just looking at a message on my phone. You can't do any of this. You can't talk. And you see now, instead of the sons going to the dad when something goes south, or when they've been in an experience that they didn't know, they can't go to the dad or the uncle and figure it out. They gotta be programmed by a fucking disgusting single mother. Or they gotta be programmed by the doomer groomer fucking education system of the divided states of America. And you ass clowns have made this even that much harder by voting in butch bull-dyke fucking women and faggot feminized men. You think they want you preparing your sons properly? You think they want you navigating for your sons so they don't get trapped for the 18 to 20 welfare plan? Fuck no, they don't want you involved, because then you might stop the Stunning and Brave, strong and independent production line. Fuck out of here with this. You can't talk to them about the changes. You can't even talk to... You guys, I'm telling you, man, how dangerous this is. A 14-year-old boy has no fucking business going to the mother to discuss any biology. This is all reasons why you need a father. You think this is a joke, man? No woman has any right talking to any of our sons about nocturnal emissions or how to do anything with a woman. Hey, again, you stupid fucking single women, intercourse and fornication, it ain't for your pleasure. And also, ain't no fucking woman got a right to say shit to our sons about the size of his fucking tool, the look of it, anything. What fucking mother needs to say anything about that, period, let alone put it on the fucking internet? I hate you all! May God smite you right to hell where you belong! Fucking mother putting her shit about her son's penis on the internet. I will fucking, oh my God. Motherfucker, come across me. Come across me. Come across me. Come across me. I'm telling you, the technology and the digital shit was the worst thing to happen to our species. The worst thing to happen to our species since them calling us and curating us and forcing us into these fucking cities and metropolises. Jesus, Marion. This is a humanity crisis right here. This is exactly why you see what you see in society. I don't even want to think of how many times my kids probably freaked the fuck out because they couldn't say anything and they didn't know what was going on and they couldn't ask a man. Jesus. Do you guys not understand? No, I don't believe in any of this stuff. But what if, for the love of God, what if our fucking sons just actually did find something that's a rarity and they decided to make it permanent? You see, we're not even allowed to talk to them when they're teenagers about how you do this, about how when you maybe recognize this might be that person, Or you might, you know what I mean? We can't even talk to them about any of this. We can't talk to them logically. We can't sit down and show them the 5 or 7 steps. We can't talk to them about the short-term and long-term goal. Man, I hate you fucking women. You can't talk to your boy and warn them about the dangers of when that fucking 17, 18-year-old girl tries the verbal diarrhea about the not liking protection. Oh, bitch, it ain't about your fucking feelings. It's about protecting my kid from being financially and biologically raped and sodomized. Ain't nobody care that you don't like a condom. Leave our 17 and 16-year-old boys alone. We can't even talk to them and warn them about this kind of shit. You can't sit down and talk to them and say, hey, she might be voluptuous as fuck. She might be everything. Keep it on. Don't listen to anything. Keep it on. We can't have these talks. We can't. You can't do nothing. Oh my God, man. Oh my God. Oh my God. I've seen recently, man, people have been getting in some shit with their custody situation because they were addressing and telling their boys about what to look as far as the skin to tell if they've got fucking diseases. Like the one dude was pointing out to his son the marks around the bitch's mouth to show where her fucking face has been. You're not even allowed to warn your boy about that stuff. Hey, this is very dangerous, man. This is very dangerous. You're not allowed to warn your kids about anything with women. I don't know how you get them. I don't know how you teach them to date. I don't know how you teach them how to talk. And I don't know how you teach them how to be physical. I don't, because you can't. Can you imagine if a fucking female wolf went around trying to go around telling the pack and all the other alpha wolves and lone wolves on how to go hunt or how to procreate? Hey, them alpha wolves and them lone wolves would eat that bitch alive. Pun intended. Pun intended. But no, we gotta act like a bunch of fucking bitches and curl up in a fetal position. Oh, well, mama's got this. My stunning and brave single mama, blah, blah, blah. Hey, all you motherfucking rappers and athletes, shut the fuck up with your self-proclaiming stunning and brave single mother, son, husband relationship shit. Turn it sideways, stick it straight up your candy ass. Don't nobody want to see it or hear it because you're destroying our sons. I can't stand this. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. It's an outright crime. Ain't nothing else. Nowhere else does this happen. You don't see no. Oh my gosh. This is the most unspoken about crime on humanity is what they're doing to our sons and the complete handcuffing of any and all males to educate them on how to interact with women. It is literally lining you up and walking you off the edge of the cliff to the bottomless pit. Yeah, guys, I'm pissed about this one because I see what this does and where it's going to go. Case in point, when you can't teach and educate and properly get them to understand what they have and how to use what they have, you get outcomes like this. Oh, I'm sorry, John, but I didn't really feel it last night. You know, you see, I was kind of hoping you might have had a little bit more wherewithal or a little bit more experience. Not to mention, you see, you kind of were over and done with before it ever got started. So yeah, I'm going to have to say no. But we could be friends, though. And your son is crushed for life because his first experience with a woman was pure shit because he was educated by a fucking woman. Congratulations. Congratulations. The social construct is castrating our fucking sons. Congratulations. I'll never forgive for this. Never forgive for this. This is oh, God bless America. You guys really don't understand that how many of these fucking women are telling 10 to 14-year-old boys that physical intercourse is about the other person. You stupid, delusional, nonsensical beach beluga land whale BBC lusting pieces of shit. What the actual fuck? No, it's not how any of this goes. You see? Because without us being able to talk and educate and warn them, we also can't teach them on how to desensitize, how to get their head out of the game to prolong the experience. Oh, man. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. You see why I get pissed off and so upset? Because I see and hear a whole bunch of dudes talk about all the, I don't like women, I hate women, they do this to my sons and everything else. And guess what I find? I go find some of these fucking men saying the same shit that I say, but they're fucking sleeping with, communicating with, and everything in between with fucking women. You better think long and hard about your fucking choices. Long and fucking hard about your choices. Gentlemen, I'm going to wrap this. I am going to wrap this. This is not a joke. This is not a tirade. This is reviving real news. This is some real shit. How do we educate our sons? You can't. You can't. And to those who have daughters, I guess you're sitting on fucking cloud 9. Because all you have to worry about is them getting a fucking disease or whatever. Because they get everything. They can fucking wake up, blink their eye, and say whatever false accusation in the world's handed to them. As long as they got born with whatever kind of gifts, the world's handed to them. So why the fuck should I give a fuck about a daughter? Why the fuck should I give a fuck about how they're taught or what they're not taught? I don't care who that pisses off. Why the fuck should I care? You get to do whatever, but you see, I'm not allowed to protect my son? Man, fuck off with that. The war is real, gentlemen. Have you had enough? Oh, I've absolutely had enough. But do you see the warfare? Do you really see the warfare? You see what this is? The castration and feminization of our sons and the next generations. I would not, as a man, want to have to explain to a daughter if I had one any of that stuff. Why do you fucking women want to teach? Oh, God. God. Oh. Gentlemen, this is a war on all fronts. whether you like to acknowledge it or not. And our sons are absolutely in the line of fire, more so than we are as men. If you stand for nothing, you will fall for anything. This has been Reviving News, gentlemen. I will talk to you soon.